This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Happy Tuesday. It is Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie. Welcome to the podcast and a big congratulations to Bianca.
Congratulations, Bianca.
She has been itching to get herself a merch pack and she's got one. Another podcast password is coming up in the episode. When you hear it, remember it and get involved.
Good topic tonight, though. Getting busted on dating apps. Is it wrong to be in a relationship, Kate, and still be on dating apps?
Well, absolutely it is. Is
I
it
don't
not?
know. I'm not sure. I'm sort of okay with it. Well, most of my accounts are still active.
Are they?
Yeah.
Who's swiping on you?
Quite a lot. I'm on Tinder. I'm on Hive. I'm on
Isn't it Bumble?
Bumble. I'm on Grindr.
Hinge.
I'm on Hinge.
You're on Jim's Mowing as well, which is a bit weird. That
hire
one.
a hubby.
Yeah, but that's hot.
Maybe they could trim your triceps at the moment.
Oh, you're really going hard
Got a bit of
on
an
the
issue.
hairy tries.
Do you have an issue with men with hair?
No, just...
Oh, I'm
it's
sorry.
just... Have you got an undercut?
What, on the tricep?
Do you not have hairy triceps?
Could you... No.
I'm so
I do.
sorry for being a
No,
man.
don't.
I should
I'm
apologise
sorry.
for being a man.
No, I'm sorry.
How
Can you
silly of
plait
me.
those? We could come over here. We'll plait them for you.
No,
Yeah.
it's in an Indonesian braid at the moment. I'm starting
Just a
starting
braid.
a new look. Yeah,
Just a
braid. Just it doesn't matter where it's from. Could be from India. It doesn't matter where it's from. And has nothing to do, this podcast has nothing to do with hairy triceps.
No. But enjoy
But
it.
we've covered it.
That's coming up in the pod.
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
This is wrong. It's not right, and it was spotted down in Melbourne's Eastern Freeway. An L-plater. Now, there's nothing wrong with an L-plater, I understand
No,
that.
you've got to learn.
The L-plater is driving a Lamborghini Aventador. You got a door, you got a gym.
You got a door, you got a gym.
Or have you got the other one?
You got an Aventador, you got a gym.
Oh, there it is.
Someone's been busy.
Have you, there's
It's Aventador.
So the Lamborghini
car's called.
Aventador
Yes.
is worth $900,000, Kate. And a 16-year-old boy is in there with his dad learning how to drive.
Oh, maybe it's the only car his dad's got, do you think?
It's just ridiculous.
Didn't have a choice.
What are you setting? Like, what are you...
I've never been in a Lamborghini. I don't set. I'm not actually.
No, you should be in a Ferrari.
I'm not planning to.
No, but even sports cars, I think, are so silly.
Well, I
You
think
pay all that money and look how tiny they are.
it goes from 0 to 100 in 3 seconds.
It's like a
Do you want a
motorbike.
16-year-old to do that?
And when can you do that?
No, you can't do it anywhere.
No.
You know what? Talk about money, right? There was a guy the other day who told me that there's a place in Switzerland
Yeah.
that a lot of people here in Sydney that have a lot of money keep their cars so they can go over there and drive at the speed they want on great roads. So they will keep a car in this place that looks after it, cleans it, maintains it.
On the other side of the world.
Yeah, and then you fly over there and take your car for a drive.
Is this Hellman?
No,
Or
not
Man
Hellman.
Mountain?
You want to talk about Hellman? When he was going for
Who's
his...
Hellman?
Hellman's
It's
a
one
mate of
his-
mine.
It's a mate, and his nickname is actually Hellman.
Yeah, he is loose. The fact that he's not locked up, the fact that he's not
How
in
do you know him?
Silverwater, went to school with him.
He would be in his 40s now. Probably not a nickname that you want when you become a father with a couple of kids.
Well,
Oh, he's married?
He's married now, and she said, "Why do you call him Hellman?" I said, "Don't ask. Do not ask."
Oh,
Because
I don't think you can go out with someone called Hellman.
we gave him the
No,
number
you
plate,
can't.
Hellman.
because you know where you'll end up, obviously.
Yeah, Silverwater. Do you know what?
I was thinking Hell.
Oh, Hell, yeah, of
Sorry.
course.
Yeah.
When he was on his L's, he accidentally put it into drive instead of reverse and looked back and then drove straight through the garage door into the garage.
Who does that?
who-
I
Hellman
didn't have a
does
bad
that, mate.
experience like
Who
that.
taught you to drive, though, Kate?
I actually
Stewart?
went. No, I had a real life.
Yeah.
I think both mum and dad. I was booked in to have a few lessons on a manual.
Yeah.
And I did a couple of lessons, and I thought, I'm not going to need this.
Can I-
I just want my license right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then, but when I got my license, I don't think you had to do all those hours and everything. It was
No.
just like when you thought you could drive,
Pretty
you
easy.
went for the test.
You went for the P plates, yes. Well, I still...
You in the Tirana, mate? Or?
No, the greatest story, because Dad and I had a few blues in the car. Mick Fitzgerald was quite impatient, but
Yeah.
I still remember
It's stressful.
we learnt how to drive, Kate, down at the Port Nalunga Football Club because it was just an oval that you could drive around with the set of the goalposts were at either end, right? And I still remember my sister, the first time she got in the car, and Dad goes, "This is perfect for you because open, you're fine." She gets in the car and she would have driven 200 metres and she drove straight into the
You're kidding
goalpost
me.
at the football club.
1 point.
And I remember Dad just fuming, absolutely fuming in the car, screaming as I'm laughing in the back seat.
How can you? Was it because it's the one thing you don't want to hit?
Yes.
And you're looking at it. Don't hit it. Don't hit it. Don't hit it. I'm
Don't.
just going straight
Well,
for it.
people go to brake and I think they accelerate. That's the thing where people make a lot of mistakes.
Yeah,
Whoops.
okay.
Katie in Auburn, your daughter caused $1,000 worth of damage. Is that right?
She certainly did. First drive.
Oh, my God. What
Oh
happened?
no!
It was a little bit like Fitzy's story. I took her to the showground to make it easy for her, and she did a hard right and went too hard and went towards a shed that had like a rocks in front of it, and
Right.
just put the mag straight into the rock and pierced the tyre. And it was the car had to come home on a flatbed too because NRMA couldn't look after me properly.
Gosh,
Katie.
good start. Let's go to Jamie in Richmond. Your first driving experience. What happened, Jamie?
Hey guys, I was first lesson with my dad. I got in the car in the driveway, thought I put it in reverse. I did not drive straight through the garage door.
You beauty. You beauty. Happens a lot, Jamie, I
Straight through the
reckon.
roller door.
I reckon when you call the insurance company about a new roller door, they go, L-plater?
Yep.
Yeah.
Georgia in Panania. What was your bad learning experience, Georgia?
Morning, guys.
Morning.
I've had a couple. I think my most memorable one was I sideswiped the same car twice.
Twice?
How?
I think, like Kate said before, when you try to focus on not doing it, you kind of do it. But we were coming round a bend, and I sideswiped it, and I thought, oh no, Mum's gone all right. We need to go back around the block. Pull up. Couldn't pull up anywhere, but there was one in front of him, so I thought, okay, I'll pull past them and go there. And as I've tried to do that, I've sideswiped them twice as
Did it
she's
again.
walking out of the childcare.
Wow. In front of a childcare centre. Awesome. What about the time we had that thing, we had a gig here, Fitz, where we organised. We had
Yes.
to drive, but with our eyes closed, and we had to instruct.
That was out at Homebush, yes, in the
Yeah.
car parks out there. That
What's
was
that for?
No, you won a new car.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
So-
you had to do an obstacle course
With your eyes
blindfolded driving.
So we had to instruct, go left, all right, go quarter right. And that was going really well until there was a lack of control and someone hit the generator that was pumping up the giant Nova Boy and started a small fire under the car. That's all right.
We lost
all got
Nova
out
Boy
of
that
there.
day, and unfortunately 3 listeners as well. If it's time for a winter trip, jump on What If, the place to go for quick Aussie getaways.
Probably somewhere in the snow for me.
For accommodation, flights, and more, book on the What If app.
What if it's Aussie for travel? Rita Ora, welcome to the show, love.
Hi.
Oh, the beautiful Rita Ora.
Rita.
Hi, guys.
Congratulations on the new album, You and I, out July 14th.
Oh, my gosh, yes.
And praising you. We're absolutely loving it here at Nova. And we just had Norman Cook in our country. He was just performing Fatboy Slim. What a life that man has had, Rita. Unbelievable life.
Yeah, I'm so excited. You know, the album, it's just all coming together. The pre-orders are available right now. So, you know, I'm really looking forward to it. I was actually meant to come and sing with Fatboy Slim when he came out here, but I had to fly back to promote the single in Europe. So it was like we literally crossed paths in the air. It was really sad because I heard it was like amazing.
But the good thing is too, like with the success you've had, you've obviously passed that tipping point where you go, hey, I really love that song and I'd like to do a version of it. Now you're at a stage where you can go, maybe I can, maybe I will.
Exactly, and that's what happened. You know, I went up to him at Glastonbury and I kind of just said, listen, I know it's 3 a.m, we can't really talk business right now, but I want to do Praise You as like praising you. And he was like, huh? And I was like, don't worry, I'll message you later. But I just had to I just really had to put it out there because it's been an idea for so long, and that's what the record's about as well. You hear like the whole album's just really a journey of everything that I've been through, and then also like a love story, and it's just my truth.
Do you, Rita, when you look at your music, I mean, we've spoken to Ed Sheeran about this and his relationship with Taylor Swift, how they're mates, and quite often Ed will write something and go, God, what do you think? Do you have that other musician in your life, or even Takia, that you write something and say, my God, give me feedback. What do you think of this? I love it.
Yeah, I actually do. I think the girls, you know, Charlie XCX and I, we've been friends for so long. I always ask her opinion, and I definitely think it's important just to sort of reach out to all your peers as well, just to see what they think. Because sometimes you think, oh gosh, am I in it? Do I know what's going on? Like, you know, sometimes you think, let me just get another opinion. So yeah, I do. I think that's important.
Yeah, does it always need to be a professional opinion, though? Is it like,
No.
do you go to your mum? Mum, come on, I need your approval. What do you
but your
think?
mum's
And is she
a bit
honest?
biased. Yeah, like your mum's would be a bit biased. I think I'd go to like not just an artist. Sometimes you go to other writers or producers or DJs or like people that are in the business, like record execs and some pluggers that are my friends, like radio pluggers. And so I kind of reach out.
Have you got a brutal family member, Lewis? In Lewis Capaldi's documentary,
Oh, yes.
he played a new song to his mum, and his mum went, "Oh, well, it's not as good as your others."
Yeah, not your best. You've written better than that before, Lewis.
Yeah, I do have a couple of those. I've got a couple cousins like that, and my sister's a bit like that. So it's funny because you never know. Harsh.
You need
harsh.
them. I think you need those people.
See, that's not fair, is it? And I mean, in terms of being here filming The Voice, which we're pumped about, how amazed are you by what you've found in The Voice? Can you give us a heads up?
Oh my gosh, can I just tell you, I know I won last year, and I'm not just saying that,
Killed
but I
it.
do think I might win again this year because my artists are crazy. Like I have some experienced ones and some kind of new ones that are like really fresh, and I mean it. Like it's next level how talented these people are.
Oh, this is awesome. I love
hate
hearing
young,
this stuff.
talented people.
Hey, the other one I wanted to ask you about is the outfit that you went to. You went to a gin launch. Now, that outfit, was that inspired by Kylie Minogue in Can't Get You Out of My Head?
I think she's always inspiring me, honestly. I don't know. I'm inspired by the icons of our time.
Yes.
She's like an icon. So I don't know. I guess it's a bit of that and a bit of just like Mother Teresa with the with the hair. It's a bit of everything.
Rita Ora, is there ever a moment where you just pinch yourself and go, how the hell did I end up here? Is it true that you were just on set with Robert De Niro, filming with Robert De Niro, the legend?
Yeah, I'm always looking and searching and working, weirdly. So, I'm doing a couple films at the moment, and I was in Greece, and I was doing this amazing film with Jamie Foxx and Robert De Niro. It felt really sort of like nice to just be associated in the same project.
Right. Did you sing as well for the Belvedere vodka? Was that you singing in the Belvedere vodka ad?
Yeah, I did that as well as a favour because Takia directed it, and so I just thought it'd be really cool to kind of give him a little song. And everything I've been doing, honestly, it's just leading up to this project, and this is the first time I've put an album out where I own my masters and I'm really in control of everything, and it feels really nice to kind of have my own writing. I've written every song on the record with help from my other writers, and it just feels like a new beginning. It's like starting again, and I'm really here for it, Another 20, 30 years in the biz, I'm happy.
Bang.
Oh, it's so good to have you back on the show, Rita. The new album, You and I, is out July 14. We're obviously praising you as well. So good to see your face, and thanks for coming on the show, Rita.
Yeah, love you guys. Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Miss you
Rita.
all.
No worries. Have a great day.
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Why are you pointing at me?
You're on now.
It's very aggressive when you do
Yeah, but
that.
you said you had a story.
Yeah, I did. I had a story, and I'm going to tell it whether you like it or not.
You're up. You're up.
No, you can't point at me, Fitz, because your arms are longer than
take
his.
my eye out.
You take my eye out. No, I've got a story about the dating apps. Maybe I'm too old, but I never.
You could have been on Raya. It's like a celebrity
Yeah,
app.
but don't you have to be? You have to be nominated.
Oh, you'd be
or kind
approved. Yeah, they assess your status, I suppose, in a broad sense, and then go, Kate Ritchie.
Oh, whether you deserve to be there or not.
Promote her. Guys.
You would, would you put up, because I think you get like 7 shots, Kate. Would you
What does
put up
that
a
mean?
shot?
Photos.
Oh,
Photos.
pics, sorry, yeah.
Pics. Would you put up a photo of you on set?
No. Oh, yeah, doing my thing.
In a school
No, actually,
uniform.
I'd do it here with my cans on. Like my headphones
Yes.
on,
Yes,
going,
gotcha.
hey,
good.
this is what I do.
Yeah.
Hey, radio girl.
Hey, I'm a broadcaster. Check me out.
Single, early 40s, love to meet, dog walker.
Early 40s.
Sorry, late 30s.
I'm happy. What?
Helping.
Oh, no, I'm 45 in August, and I'm fine with that. Anyway,
you
so
right?
I've never done
Are you
the...
all right being single?
I've never used these apps. Right? Just stay out of it.
Are you single?
Why are you doing this?
I'm trying to help.
No, you're not. You're not helping with the story about Trinity. And she's saying that some people, when they first start dating, they find it hard to say that they're exclusive.
Okay,
right?
gotcha. Yes.
So people
Yes.
like to keep their options open,
And
and
there
they're still on the apps, which I guess, is that okay?
I think so.
I don't think it is.
Oh, are you
because-
test driving?
Well, no. If you, there has to be a time limit. Let's just say that you've been on 4 or 5 dates with a person over a month, Kate.
Yeah.
Right? you've got to take yourself off the dating app.
Is that exclusive?
I would say so.
I mean, you're still
5 dates.
For sure.
Well, I guess it depends how honest you are to start with. If you say, yes, I'm kind of keeping my options open and I am dating. I guess if you're saying, I'm just seeing you, the way to find out whether they're still on Tinder, this is what Trinity thinks.
Oh, yeah.
She's got a video that's been viewed 2.5 million times or something.
Is she not going out with Neo still, or are they off? Matrix,
I don't get that joke.
Matrix joke.
Oh.
Sorry. Hang on.
Oh, I don't get it. So if someone says to you, hey, that guy you're seeing, I've seen him on Tinder.
Yeah.
And they say, oh, no, that's an old account. That's been inactive for ages. Apparently, it only... Why am I doing the dating app chat? Because I've never even used them. It's like we're doing the sports chat. I don't really know what I'm talking about. But if their account is appearing...
Yeah.
If it's appearing and people can see it, it does mean that they've been active on it and they are still swiping.
So you can check when they were last active on it.
Yeah, because why would Tinder continue to kind of feed people certain accounts if they're not active and they're not actively trying to find someone? They just kind of go to the bottom of the pile.
Don't you think too now there's so many dating apps that to kind of do your research to see if they're active on other apps take you a day. There needs to be a program where you can search somebody's app dating history.
But isn't that private information?
No,
why is
not
it,
really.
Why is it other people's information?
And there's always a friend that will contact you and go, I'm sorry to inform you, mate. Like
Your husband's on there.
I've got a mate who's just split up with someone 2 weeks ago and bang, she's straight back onto a dating app.
Oh, really?
Like really quickly.
Yeah, but you don't know how long ago she switched off in the previous relationship. That's the thing.
Yeah, they might have only
really
officially broken up.
But aren't you a bit shattered that you thought the relationship was a little bit more than that?
I know what.
Quickly,
Yeah,
you're back on the market.
Yeah, I would.
It would crush me. It would crush me to think, like, you're a couple of weeks out and then next thing you know, she's out there suggesting that she's open to
For
dabble.
business.
Not business, like...
No, open
not
to
open
dating.
To dating or to meet someone.
Open
It
to
doesn't
dating.
matter. And I'm not saying they would advance to anything.
No.
But about catching up for a coffee, let's suggest.
Well, I think it was
instead
easier
of
to get over someone in the old days because you didn't know what they were doing. You know where they were.
I went to a life coach once, and I was going through a bad breakup.
Didn't go
He
well.
said, go to a nightclub, try and kiss 5 different girls.
And try not to get arrested.
And you said, what, double my life talent?
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
I mean, we've been hit by dumb criminals on this show, but have you? I don't know if you've got a sting in there for a politician, Jess.
You've been hit by a dumb politician.
Well done, there it is.
All right.
This is over in India. A government official in India has been suspended after he ordered a reservoir to be drained so he could retrieve his phone.
You're kidding me. What, drain the whole thing?
It was a dam over in India, and he was taking a selfie with other government officials when he unfortunately slipped with his phone and it fell into the dam. When everybody left, the next day he made a phone call and told them to pump the millions of litres of water out of the dam. This is India as well, when they need all the water that they can get. To find 3 days later, after pumping millions of waters, to find the phone was too waterlogged to work.
Well, a week in a jar of rice should be fine, mate. You'll be playing Wordle again in no time.
The unfortunate thing as well, it was a Samsung phone. Damn. It was worth about $1,200. They had to pay for a diesel pump to be brought in. 3 days of pumping millions of water, roughly 2 million litres of water.
Why do you need that phone back? I mean, if he hasn't paid for his cloud storage, well, it's his own fault. Second to that, was he worried the phone would survive and maybe one day be found with images he doesn't want portrayed out there?
See, phones are, remember it was all about getting smaller and smaller phones, and now we went larger again because we're watching videos and all that stuff on our phones, and you can take it on planes. They are, I mean, the bigger phones can be quite heavy when you're trying to take a selfie.
You reckon there's danger out there?
I'm lucky that I've got long fingers.
Yeah.
And I was known for just, you know, wrapping those fingers around footballs back in the day and just plucking them out of nowhere.
Famous for it.
No, it is unfortunately not true.
It's not true.
When I was asked by the Adelaide Crows, can you please go to OPSM and get your eyes checked out because I was dropping too many foods.
And that's what this bloke needed. Did he not just get a mask and snorkel, right? This is what I would be doing. If you want your phone back that much, get a mask and snorkel, mate, and hit the old find my phone, leave your laptop on the bank, and then just have someone yell out, left, a little bit left.
He's a politician. He doesn't have to do that. He's a government official.
Of course, someone has to do it.
I'm not jumping into the dam.
Why are you hiring?
Drain it. Go and get yourself a diesel pump and drain it for 3 days. Get my phone back.
There's some poor kid in a village who's just trying to get some water. He wants to run the water to cook his dinner. And there's a phone coming out the other end.
Oh, this is
Come on.
Well done.
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
We haven't done this for a while. We love, that's interesting. Oh, yeah? That's interesting. That's a simple one. Oh, yeah, getting into a bit of music.
If you've seen a celebrity doing a perfectly normal human thing to do because they are humans, then we want to know about it.
Yeah, I kicked it off with, I ran into Kylie Clark on Sunday at East Gardens, just wandering past the coffee shop.
Great spot. That's interesting.
Hi, Kylie. And then we had a really basic chat about how old our children were, and I realised we're just normal.
Here's one for you. Guy on a plane on the weekend. He was listening to a certain song in his AirPods. Have a listen to this story.
And as Celine Dion continues to play in my ear, I realize what is going on. I was sitting next to Kate Winslet, Oscar winner.
Wow.
Kate Winslet. Where were we? On a flight from Cannes to London. And I played a second of My Heart Will Go On, best known from the blockbuster movie Titanic, right next to her.
That's what we're looking for.
Who is that?
That's just some guy who was on a plane sitting next to Kate Winslet.
Who's this guy from Balmain?
Okay, this guy from Balmain, Huey Fitzgerald, my son. Good morning, buddy. How are you?
Yeah, good morning. Thank you for having me.
Huey, you're always
so
welcome
polite.
here.
Huey, who did you see?
I saw the GOAT Nathan Lyon at Woolies.
At Woolies.
Wow. Good spot.
And what was he doing? What section was he in, Huey?
He was in the chip section.
Yeah.
I think he was going for some Red Rock Deli chips. But
Really?
Oh, Nathan.
Who was it?
Nathan. Oh,
Lyon.
my gosh, Kate, the best off spinner that this country's ever seen.
Did you say anything to him, Huey? Did you want to go and say hello?
oh yeah, I said hello and he said hello back, and then I just kind of ran off.
How good is that? You still did it, mate. You still did it.
Well
Good
done,
spot,
mate. You are in the running for $250 ribs and burgers. We'll go there Friday night. Dave in Gymea Bay. Where did you see a celebrity, Dave?
Yeah, it was at the casino this was just during or after the Olympics in Sydney in 2000. Yeah. Just gone to the bathroom and they're standing at the trough and up comes Michael Johnson, the American sprinter.
Oh, wow, that's a good get.
Jeez.
Standing next to him and I go, how are you going? And he goes, pretty good.
That's interesting. That is amazing.
Who would have thought you'd have a sword fight with Johnson?
Michael Johnson. Michaela from Narellan. Who did you see, Michaela?
My mum was a principal and she was wandering around a bookshop in Sydney and she saw Pierce Brosnan.
Oh, yes, James Bond. Was there any interaction at all, Michaela?
Yeah, she thought it was a dad from school. So she was like, oh, how are the kids? How's the wife? And then it wasn't until she left and he was nothing but polite that she went, oh, my God, that was Pierce Brosnan.
That was James Bond.
It's that moment where you think, I wonder why I know that person. They look familiar.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to look rude if I don't say hello.
Yeah, they must be from the school.
Oh, that's interesting. Emily in Matraville. Who did you see, Em?
Morning. So I was driving down the South Coast last weekend and obviously drove through Berry for the donut.
Yep.
And I spotted Rita Ora with her family just enjoying her little cheeky donut.
Oh, yeah. Berry. That's interesting.
That's a good guess.
Yeah, Well, her mum is in town as well.
Well, if you're going through Berry, you have to pull over for a donut, don't you?
We'll have to ask.
The queue is always so long.
Did she give you donuts, Em, or was she?
No, it was just for her family, unfortunately. I had to buy my own.
Tommy, we'll have to ask her when we get her on the show. Is she open to personal questions? Or?
Oh, yeah, you can ask her anything just after 8:30 this morning, guys.
Great. Rita Ora on the show.
Can we get one more? Lisa in Castle Hill. Who did you see, Lise?
Going back a couple of years ago, I saw Nicole Kidman coming out of another bathroom at a restaurant in Aria. So when Aria came out the stall and kind of just passed and just gave her a little smile and off she went.
Do you mean Matt Moran's Aria?
No, it wasn't that lucky.
Damn.
Beautiful restaurant, that one, I'll
That
tell you
is
what.
great. All right, well, we got $250 to give away. Which one was the best celebrity spot, you reckon, Kate?
There's a couple of good ones there.
Don't you think Pierce Brosnan?
I think Pierce Brosnan's as well.
So true.
Michaela, congratulations. You and your mum, you've won yourself $250 ribs and burgers, $10 burgers, all yours.
Thank you. I'll have to share it with my mum. Sorry.
How good is that?
Just eating ribs with your mum,
Why
just
not?
talking about Pierce Brosnan. Those are the days.
You're listening to the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Let's talk about Quentin Tarantino, guys. That's the main man. We were talking about him yesterday. I just had no idea that he had a little bit of a thing on the side. Everybody, I reckon, that is highly successful in a creative space has a little bit of something about them that maybe they don't share with everyone, and I think we just found out what Quentin Tarantino's is. He loves feet. He's got a bit of a foot fetish.
Does he really?
Yeah. Apparently Hollywood knows. In fact, Brad Pitt in 2020, when he was awarded Best Supporting Actor for his role in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, made a foot fetish joke that only the industry understood at the time. But they also say, if you go back and look at Tarantino's films, they frequently include close-up shots of people's feet.
I'm trying to think of feet shots in Tarantino films.
There's a couple of examples here, Fitz.
Gotcha.
I'll give you this.
Kill Bill?
If you have a look here, you'll see some close-ups from his movies.
Ah, gotcha. Well, there's Margot Robbie. What was Margot Robbie in? She was in the... Oh, yeah, well, there's the Pulp Fiction scene.
Yep.
That's the famous scene with Uma Thurman and John Travolta with the dancing.
Yeah, there's the feet.
And they take off their shoes. And there's a couple of close-ups of Uma Thurman's feet.
Here's the interesting part. A guy that likes to be known as Lowlife, that's the name he's going by, he runs a strip club. And he said Tarantino would often visit. On one occasion in particular, he came in and he requested a VIP room immediately, like he was in a rush. There was an urgency, a sense of urgency about him. Lowlife, the guy who runs the club, said, I think I'll just kick back in the office and watch what happens here on the CCTV. Out of curiosity, he sat down. He said she was about to do her little thing and take her top off. He told her to stop, sit down, and then one by one he took each of her boots off and started licking the bottom of her feet and sucking her toes. After about 45 minutes.
Yeah, right. That's a good sesh.
Tarantino stopped. Lowlife goes on to say, I remember the dancer's feet looking like prunes.
Oh, well, it's a huge thing, isn't it, on the internet? And a lot of people, I think a lot of celebrities get asked to send photos of their hands or their feet through to sickos.
He then paid $10,000 to the dancer. Not a bad night, is it?
Well, we had a guy who worked on this show, remember? And he had to send through his socks.
That's right.
There was a guy who was fascinated by feet and socks, and he said, the older the socks, the better.
How long have you worn them for?
Well, didn't he sell a pair of socks for $200?
Something like that. I think it came, and then the guy offered an extension on that, where if he was able to come round and remove the socks, you paid extra for that experience.
That's where it gets a little bit creepy.
And then if he's allowed to... Oh, no, that goes too far.
Hey, Dave, this is my wife. These are my kids here.
Leave your shoes on. I'll take your shoes off. What, have you hurt your foot, darling? No, I'm selling my socks. He's about to suck my toes for $200.
I don't know what you...
I mean, if you were to, right, you know, like they have in Japan, they have some vending machines that sell questionable items.
Yeah.
If we organised a vending machine that just sold worn items that Tom Ivey had worn.
Oh, God.
So you turn up at the train station, you're looking there, you've got your standard vending machine with your up and go and a couple of Red Bulls in it.
Yep.
Then you've got the Tom Ivey vending machine.
Yeah. Well, Tommy, have you still got your you've got a pair of Kylie Minogues, those gold hot pants, don't you, that you wear?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't buy those.
But do you know what would be prized possession in the vending machine? Would be his worn silk boxer shorts that he wears with Looney Tunes on them.
Oh, with the Phantom on it.
Yeah, the Phantom Menace.
Tom and I shared a bed in New Zealand once, and he had...
Come and find Jar Jar Binks.
Tom had silk boxer shorts on.
Yeah.
Stained.
Don't say
come
that.
On. That's way too far.
Yeah.
The dribbler.
But
some people like that stuff. Silk boxer shorts are coming back.
Quentin Tarantino's calling my phone again, guys.
Look out.
Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie.
Hey, that's a secret. Podcast password.
If you want to get your hands on stacks of great prizes, just head over to our Instagram stories at Fitzy Whipper Kate and enter this password. Today's password is...
feet.
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
He's the stat man.
Are you ready?
So the idea is that I give you a question, you've got to give me the stat. We play nearest to the pin when the results come in. Are we ready for the first stat, guys, as we stream live on the Fitzy and Whipper Facebook page? Welcome, everybody.
Hi.
What percentage of people have pretended to be on the phone to avoid talking to someone? I mean, I've done it.
Who too?
Oh, heaps.
I would say 22% of people would make out they're on the phone.
What percentage of people?
Someone.
Yes, have pretended to be on the phone to avoid talking to somebody.
I'm going to say 40%.
You're going to go with 40, are you? Kate's got a 40. What were you, Ryan?
I'm saying 22%. Matt de Groot, what are you saying? 87%.
Matt de Groot has taken a quick toilet break during Statman.
Where is he?
Yep. How long is the average toilet break for Matt de Groot? Longer than this segment. Tom, what would you like to...
70% of people would do 70, that, please.
I would have thought. Has everyone in the room done it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely have.
All done it.
Every day after the show.
Kate, you've taken it out. It's 38. You went with 40.
So close.
Well done.
Welcome,
Kate Ritchie.
MDG.
Hello, welcome, buddy. Hope you washed your hands. Here we go. Second stat. What percentage, and we all know some, of people are left-handed?
Oh, this is a real
interesting. People are left-handed.
Wow.
You're left-handed, aren't you, Tom?
I am. That means I use the right side of my brain for some things.
Is that right, Tim?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's not Tim, it's actually Tom.
The right side of your radio brain.
No one cares. It'd be great if you started using some of it.
Thank you. Good feedback.
What percentage of people are left-handed?
8%.
No, way more than that, isn't it? I'll say...
Oh, sorry, mate.
I'll say...
I'll
say 30%.
30%. 1/3 you'd suggest a left-handed, would you, Ryan?
Feels like it's less than a third, maybe 20%, you know. Having a little
can I change?
Nope. We've had to accept your first answer, Thomas.
Well, 40%.
Okay, you've gone up. Okay, furthest from the pin was Tom. Nearest to the pin was Kate Ritchie. It's 11%.
So I'm glad I didn't change. Not so silly after all,
had to
Fitz.
accept your first answer.
God, that's not many, is it?
No.
If any.
What about this, guys? This is a really interesting one. I would ask that you think about where you live. What percentage of the Australian population live within 50 kilometres of the coastline?
Oh, it's heaps. It's like 98%. I'm going to go with 98%.
I'll go 97%.
You're a dog,
97%.
You're such a dog.
Can I go 96?
96.9.
And I'll go 95.
95, as we have a very tight run up and run down. You're not going to believe it, Kate Ritchie, it's 80%.
How'd you do it?
Clean sweep of the board.
That is 3 from 3, Kate Ritchie. That's a stat we've never had in Statman. 3 from 3.
Really?
Well done.
I'll say 22%.
No, we've done that bit. Stat's amazing.
Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.